this is the Souris Gourmand restaurant over there, and this is the Le Touron, which is a more high-end restaurant. And here we are, having a chicken tikka masala. Yes.
For the second time.
For the second time.
So following our tour of the very moving village of Oradour-Sur-Glane in the previous episode, we are heading for our hotel in the little town of Saint-Junien, about a 15-minute ride away. When I was researching accommodation, I found there weren't many options for hotels in this vicinity, so this was the best option available. It wasn't very expensive, and it did have parking, and I checked beforehand that it did have a restaurant. Sadly, when we arrived, we found out that the restaurant wasn't open. C'est la vie. The best laid plans.
In the hotel. It's quite spacious. You can see it's quite a big bathroom, and it's quite a big room itself. We are behind schedule because the restaurant is shut, so we just had to make an emergency dash on the bikes to the local Burger King.
And Lidl.
So this is what we're having tonight in the home of gastronomy, that is France. A Whopper, chips and a beer. It's come to this. But some people like.
So that was an exciting evening. Now, how about breakfast?
This is the breakfast area in the Azure Hotel. Eggs.
Look at eggs.
My hard-boiled egg done. How's breakfast, babe?
It's fine.
And we've got another grey looking day, but hopefully it's going to brighten up on the way to Tours.
So if you're visiting Oradour, is it worth staying at the Hotel Azure?
We booked the Hotel Azure as it seemed to be the only place with any safe parking near to the historic town of Oradour-Sur-Glane, which we'd just visited. It's located in what appears to be a commercial area with a retail park about 2 kilometres away, along a busy road with no pavement, so walking really wasn't an option. We knew the hotel was basic when we booked it, and it certainly lived up to expectation. To be fair, our room was a really good size with a double and single bed, always great for storing our biker junk. The Azure clearly hadn't discovered duvets yet. A thin white linen sheet was covered with a pretty grubby and tired-looking blanket, which we removed, but it meant the night was pretty chilly. I think it's probably the first night I've ever slept in a hoodie. The ensuite was okay with a decent shower. There was a wall-mounted TV and very good Wi-Fi, but whilst the hotel advertises a restaurant, it was closed on both Saturday and Sunday evening. There are no restaurants or even cafes within safe walking distance, so a bike ride to the nearest Lidl and a takeaway from Burger King supplied our beer o'clock and evening meal requirements. When we first arrived, we noticed the poor lady on reception was not in the best of moods and thought maybe she'd had a bad day. Then we realised she appeared to be the only member of staff on duty in the entire hotel. So whether you wanted help with your room, a beer, or simply to check in, she did the lot. Maybe I'd be a little off too. Parking was plentiful and easy with lots of flat tarmac spaces and a code required for opening a secure car park. Our original intention was to visit Oradour-Sur-Glane the morning after our stay at the Azure. Had we known we would arrive early enough to do the tour the same day, we would have given this particular accommodation a wide berth and ridden a little further towards our next stop, the town of Tours.
Well, that was an interesting stay last night at the Hotel Azure, near the little town of Saint-Junien. Not quite what we had in mind, but we managed regardless of the fact there was no food and no restaurant. Today As you can see, very cloudy, overcast, not forecast for rain at the moment, but we're going to head further north. We've got about 3.5 hour ride up to Tours, where we're going to spend 3 days and hopefully do some wine tasting and explore the beautiful area around the Loire Valley. So let's check it on the road. So this was our route, a gentle 3.5 hour ride north, hopefully heading into some better weather. Well, at least the weather forecast was accurate. Throughout the whole journey to Tours, it was grey, overcast and not a hint of any sun anywhere. The city of Tours has a population of about 140,000 and it's called the Garden of France because of the several parks located within the city. It's also famous for its original medieval district, where you can find its preserved half-timbered buildings, and La Place Plumereau, a square with busy pubs and restaurants whose open-air tables fill the centre of the square, and where we're going to spend quite a bit of time on this little trip.
spent almost a month in Tours back in 1990 and have great memories of the city and of the chateaux and small towns in the region. I've always wanted to go back with Brian and experience the great riding roads on bikes rather than in a car.
And so here we are, the Best Western in Tours. I booked this hotel primarily because it was located near the old town and it had private parking. When I booked the hotel, I requested parking spaces for 2 bikes, so when we arrived, the helpful receptionist came out and pointed us to our designated parking areas. Overcast day all day long. A smattering of rain, but in the main it's pretty dry. Looking forward to our 3-night break so we can hopefully sample some wine, do a wine tour and go and ride out and see some of the amazing chateaux that it's famous for. So let's go check out the room. Spooky, room 101. Yeah, you can see it's a very old building. Apparently it used to be a nunnery in the old days. So none of this, none of that.
And certainly none of the other.
We've got a huge bed, looks very comfortable. And of course, view of the bikes, always important. Let's check out the bathroom, his and hers robes. Oh, that's all right, and a tub as well. So what do you think? Will this be all right for the next 3 nights?
Yeah, I think it's a lovely room.
So we're all good. Now we're going to unpack and go out and explore the delights of Tours. And because it's Sunday, quite a few restaurants are shut, so we're going to get some advice from a very friendly receptionist. Anyway, we'll check in later. So we just arrived in Tours. Tomorrow the sun's going to come out, I'm reliably informed, and everything's shut. Well, a lot of things are shut because it's Sunday, but we found this little bar and somebody's very happy because it sells Vouvray, it's whose favourite wine. And tomorrow we're going to do a tour of some of the Vouvray vineyards. So, all's excellent. The tramway de Tours is a 14.8 kilometre and 29 station north-south crossing of the city of Tours, and reputedly one of the most beautiful tramways in the world. We are in Tours and it's beer o'clock. And what are we having? Well,
Gin and tonic.
And
Cashew nuts.
And when in Tours, what you have? A Guinness, of course. Perfect. Here we are, folks, in the old town, and now we're going to find somewhere to go and eat.
This is the Place Cluneau, and I think where we're going to eat, which has been recommended, is this, the Irish company, a little bar and brasserie, which of course is stereotypically French. Okay, that's where we're going to go. It's our first proper morning in Tours, and the weather is now the way it should be when you're in France. Sadly couldn't get any eggs for breakfast, but
Coffee and croissant.
coffee and croissant it is then.
We spent the morning doing a quick tour of the city, the first stop being the magnificent cathedral. A true masterpiece of Gothic architecture, it was built over a long period from the 12th century to the 16th century.
This is where Da Vinci used to come for his baguettes.
Nothing to see here, just a man taking a stroll with his pet goat, of course.
I discovered Vouvray, which became my favourite white wine, during my first visit all those years ago. But I booked the vineyard and wine tasting trip to the family-run Catalino winery as a surprise.
There we are, folks. Vouvray tasting time.
You see my cellar. It's my family dug this cellar, and the name of this stone is limestone. Donc here you see my barrel. Me, I use big barrel. One barrel, 600 liter. It's a French oak. Me, I use big barrel because I don't like the flavor of wood in my wine.
The small vineyard's been in their family for 4 generations, the caves which house the bottles having been dug by hand. It's now run by Jean-Claude and his son Frederick, who led the tour.
I have wine, yeast, and natural sugar. You see the yeast inside? This wine is a little more sweeter because the grapes more maturation.
That was the Vouvray experience.
Fantastic.
What do you think?
Oh, amazing.
They're incredible. No idea that they dug out caves. Oh dear.
My purchase.
Now, what have you got there?
I've got one sparkling sec and one still sec. We visited 2 vineyards during our trip that day. The second was a completely different experience, probably more focused on tasting and selling a variety of wines than in its production, but nonetheless interesting, and the cookies were lovely. So lovely we had to take some home with us.
Oh no, I have to taste more wine. Good job we're not on our bikes, that's for sure.
Okay, so this is the Chenin Blanc from this field from 2022, making by the school, by the students and the teacher.
Wine tasting number 2, which is different and very lovely in a beautiful area, and now we're going back loaded with stuff we can't fit on a bike. Bottles of wine
And cookies.
and cookies.
Eat before we go.
But anyway, that was brilliant. What a great way to spend an afternoon, sipping wines in the beautiful Loire Valley and the sun shining. Now we're going to head back and find somewhere to eat.
Taking a few days in one place turned out to be a good idea. We were able to see a lot of the area we wouldn't typically have seen with our normal one-night stayovers, and Tours was certainly a great place to base ourselves.
If you've ever been on a wine tasting tour, you recognise that you only get the tiniest sip of each wine, which is great because it's more about the experience than anything else. So after a great afternoon, we headed back to get freshened up before we went out for our evening meal.
So how was it today?
What a great day. Really lovely tour. Minibus tour to 2 local vineyards and a great tour guide and a really great afternoon.
Great
Really
weather.
recommended.
Yeah. And now we're here to finish off the day with some sparkling Vouvray and some sparkling Guinness.
Like you do in France.
Cheers.
Lovely, delightful pre-dinner Guinness and sparkling Vouvray. And now we're going to look for somewhere to have dinner. That's the Souris Gourmand restaurant over there. And this is the Le Touron, which is a more high-end restaurant. And here we are, having a chicken tikka masala. Yes,
For the second time.
for the second time. Oh well, when in Paris.
Like an Indian.
Yeah, when in